What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team Solemn Circus live video. On the left side here, we have Tenpai Dragons going up against Memento. This is going to be post-Rhoda. We have the new cards. Tenpai is not going to change that much. They are going to be able to play the new Molcharmy card. And then we have the Fiendsmith cards back into our deck alongside the new Alcuron. Before we dive in, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We are going to be forced to go first as Memento. Obviously, Tenpai want to go first. Or wants to go second, I should say. No big shock here. We do go Darkblade into the Anguish, activating the effect. And this player on the left does play the Board Breaker approach to the deck. I'm not a huge fan of it, as he knows. We go for the Tachnu Shigu off the Witch, and then we activate the effect, dumping the Gatic, as well as a copy of the Sleepy. Gatic will then summon himself out, activate the effect, adding back that Sleepy, and now we can fuse if we want to with the Sleepy. We do activate Sleepy, summon himself out, then activate the effect to fuse, using the Mace alongside the Gatic to go up into the Twin Dragon. We're going to use that there so we can actually bring out the Mace off of the Anguish there. And we're going to see the Twin Dragon going to be activating the effect, searching for a Horn Dragon, as well as the Alcuron. And then Sleepy can activate its effect, destroying the Fusion. Now, which is pretty nice because we can actually add back now both. Alcuron is going to allow us to have the effect to add both of them. When you do destroy it, if you send it to the graveyard before, and then you activate an effect to destroy, you can actually add the Fusion as well as the Bone Party to the hand, or we can just activate the effect here of the Memento Fusion, destroying the Fusion to search for Bone Party, and then we're going to be seeing the Twin Dragon going to be bringing back out the Sleepy there. We've tried to do the Mace, but then we had the whatever her name is, Witch for Mace. And then we do go Bone Party, destroy the Acuron to summon out a Goblin. And then we're going to activate the effect of Acuron to add the Fusion back to the hand, which is why this is so powerful. Because now you can have the Fusion in rotation as well as Bone Party just off the one dumping of the Fusion there, which is pretty crazy because of Acuron. And then you have a body as well being able to summon itself out. We summon out a Horn Dragon there, and as you can see now, we have so much material, it's not going to make a difference. We can now pivot into those Fiendsmith plays, or we can go for a Cross Sheep as well to get another body. We're going to then go for the Fusion. We're going to be able to dump, and this is going to kind of help us play through Ash as well. Obviously, they're going to be ashing you way earlier. There are some players who save Ash for the combined creation, which is kind of crazy to me. We're going to go Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, and then we're going to be dumping all three and bringing out the Sleepy, because we can now go up into that Herald there. We do search for the field spell, and once again we're going to have now another body on the field. We link away for the Herald, and we haven't even activated the Goblin effect yet either, nor did we go for the Witch summon out Mace. So we're going to activate Engraver, which is going to be kind of crazy that we also have that as well. Seeing Track's going to be searching for Lurie, discarding Lurie. Lurie's going to activate the effect, going up into the Requiem. Requiem's going to activate the effect. And we have two options. We can go for the new Fiendsmith Lacrima, which will give us access to a Desiree, or we can go for a Caesar here. We do choose to go for the Desiree because we know they are on Board Breakers, which is going to be... We're going to be able to negate a Board Breaker with this, which is going to be pretty nice. And then we do see us go up into it. We're going to link away for that Sequence. Then Sequence is going to be able to activate the effect. We should Goblin first, though. So we do go for the Sequence into the Desiree. We can link up into an SP now. We probably should have left the Goblin on the field, but it's not going to matter that much because we can just bring it back out with the Witch. We could have summoned out the Acuron to link away instead, which definitely would have been a bit better because we haven't used that effect, nor have we used the field spell effect. But it gets to the point where there's so many bodies on the field that it does not going to matter what we're going to do. We see the Mace going to be summoned by destroying, and then we go field spell, summon out the Goblin and the Mace. We then activate the Mace effect, destroying itself, allowing us to search. We're going to search for the Bone Party there, and then Goblin's going to activate the effect, destroying itself, to dump the Horn Dragon as well as the Gatic. Then we are going to put back 5, making sure we put back Goblin, Mace, and the Gatic. We definitely want to put back the Gatic as well as the Mace because we're going to be searching for off Bone Party there. And then we ask what we know in hand. We see the combined creation, and then we set 3 cards here. And then during the end phase, we're going to see the field spell setting the trap as well, which is going to be very nutty. So we have almost an entire full board minus 1 card on the field. We could have also summoned out that Chiron if we wanted to. So we could have even destroyed that off the Bone Party this turn, which would have been absolutely incredible. Because we get to then add back the fusion if it's banished, allowing us to go up into a fusion if it gets bounced or something like that. Or even adding back any other card. If you want to leave a Mace in the graveyard, that's completely up to you as well. Or adding back the Bone Party or fusion, depending on what you guys want to go for. It's just another layer of interruption. So we see here the Witch search for Mace. And then we try to go Imperm on the Desiree. We let that resolve. And so we're actually going to Herald negate that Imperm there. We're trying to make sure that we get to keep the Desiree on the field. So we Herald negate it just so that we have the ability to go Dark Ruler no more. If they, let's say, or I guess they're not going to Dark Ruler us, but let's say they had a card like that, like Forbidden Droplets, we can chain a trap to it and then be able to chain the Desiree on it anyways. They don't also summon a Genroku, and this is going to make us forced to flip up the trap because we want to be able to interact with it in case they do have exactly something like this, or like the Chandra will be flipped face up. Then we're going to chain a Genroku effect, and we're going to be chaining the trap to this, making this now 4,000. We're going to see Chandra being summoned. And looks like they do have the droplets in the hand here. Okay, they're acting. How can you do that? Because it just chained. So they thought they could negate the whole effect, but no, it's the effect on the field because the Genroku was chain linked too. And then we explain that it has to directly respond to the monster there, and it has to be on the field as well, which is important. People constantly go, "Oh, the card's on the field." It has to activate on the field, and only it's the activated effect, not the entire effect, which is unfortunate. We try to go battle phase, and we go in the main phase. We still destroy with the Creation King, destroying the Chandra as well as the Witch, and then they do activate a Raigeki here, and we are kind of forced to Desiree this, and they don't have the Dark Ruler no more, or I guess they don't have the droplets. I keep saying Dark Ruler no more, but they don't have the droplets to send, which is going to allow them to kind of play through this. And we do see them go battle phase, and then they can go for the Sangan coming. They summon out the Phaedra, and then they're going to be able to activate the effect of the Genroku that they searched. And the Phaedra is going to target the Chandra there. We're going to chain SP targeting the Phaedra alongside the combined creation, and then we're thinking about this. And then we can just leave them with a Genroku on the field, right? And then we're going to chain a Call by the Grave on the Chandra, and that's just going to be a game from them. Yeah, I mean, the game's not going to be that good. The opening hand of Phaedra, Chandra, Genroku, Raigeki, and Kaiman. Unfortunately, it doesn't get them enough. Which I want to mention, did you guys know that the Tenpai deck is coming to Master Duel? That's kind of crazy. I've been wanting to play Master Duel content for a very long time. I haven't really figured out how to inch my way into it. I feel like you guys aren't really interested in watching it, which I understand. But yeah, definitely that card, that deck is crazy in best of one. I don't know what they're thinking. I feel like that deck definitely should have gotten, and it got like hit with like the field spell, hit to 2 before it drops. But like they don't need to play that. That card's crazy. Like obviously that card's crazy, and they need to play it. But like that's not what makes Tenpai the most craziest deck. Like, the fact they have consistency, the fact they can play Max C, the fact that they're a going second deck that just powers through. And I mean they don't have triple Regeki in Master Duel, so maybe it is going to be a little bit of a problem for them. But they have everything else, as well as being able to play in the battle phase where they do most of their summoning. You're not able to nib them and stuff like that. The hand traps you can use in the battle phase are very slim. So it's going to be kind of hard to see. It's going to be interesting to see how that ends up resolving. It's only going to be a month before the next list, which we might see a slaughterhouse of Tenpai cards. Yubel and the Tenpai being the best deck in the format in Master Duel will be definitely kind of interesting to see. We haven't even seen Melodious yet in the deck, nor have we seen some of those, the new Memento cards as well. We haven't gotten the fusion yet. Diving on into game number 2 here, which you guys are going to be trying to see. They're going to be forcing Memento to go first once again, which makes understandably sense. From the Tenpai player, we're going to go normal summon Witch, activating the effect, chaining an Imperm, and we chain a Crossout, calling Imperm. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I was not planning to do that. My plan was to use that against a Raigeki or a Shifter or anything else, but having used it on an Imperm is just very unfortunate. Now, luckily for us, they didn't have anything else they could play with, so we did kind of go full combo at this point, being able to dump our... we'll search for the Tachinoshigu, activating the effect, and we send the Goblin Mace as well as Sleepy here. We then get to activate the Field Spell, activating the effect, destroying itself to summon out, and we do the tag out, 2 level 1s on the field. We then activate the effect of Mace, destroying itself, letting us search for that Memento fusion. Then we can go Goblin. Goblin's going to be able to dump the the Gatic, as well as our Alkiron, being one of the brand new cards. We're then going to be seeing the Gatic summon himself out, activating the effect, bringing out the Sleepy back to the hand. We can activate the Sleepy if we want to summon, or we can just go, wrong card here. We go Sleepy to summon. We're trying to go for a fusion, but it doesn't really matter which order we do it in. This is a good order as well. We destroy the Twin, search for the Horn Dragon alongside the Combined Creation. Now we're going to be able to activate the effect of the Twin as well as the Alkiron being able to summon itself out. And we're going to be seeing Twin bring out that Sleepy. We summon out the Horn Dragon there, and we are fanning our graveyard. We're going to link those away for a Cross Sheep. And then we're going to go the Fusion effect once again, being able to send the Combined Creation as well as putting back the Gatic and the Twin Dragon, summoning itself out. We're going to go Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, bringing out the Sleepy, just because once again we want to be able to activate that. We want to be able to go up into the Herald to negate a spell and trap. We're going to be sending the Dark Blade here. We already have the Acheron and the Field Spell face up, so we don't need to send anything really kind of crazy. We're dumping the Fracture Dance, which is normally not in our deck for a bunch of these rogue matches we are playing it, or I guess not rogue, but in certain matches where the creation is not, or I guess the Cranium Burst is not going to be that good against, which Tenpai is one of them. It's just not really worth it. We do go Fusion effect, destroying the Acheron on the field to search for, I believe it was a Bone Party, and then we activate the Acheron effect to add back the Fusion. So now we have access to both, which is very important. That I just keep mentioning how crazy that card is, being able to just do that. We link away for the Herald, and we then put back, we're not even touching the Fiendsmith stuff at this point. We're going to put all those back for Creation King, and sometimes I wonder if we should just link them away. We count how many Memento cards that we have in our graveyard, because there are some times where you do want to link it away because you have so many you can activate, but we just cannot afford it this time around, unfortunately. We go Bone Party, which is going to allow us to destroy the Fusion, letting us search for that Mace, because I'm assuming the first card they're going to activate is going to be a spell we want to negate. So we just flip it up there in case it's like a droplet or something like that. We see a set 1, which is going to be a fusion, and then we go end phase setting the Fracture Dance, and that's going to be it for us. Hopefully having some hand traps in the hand alongside that mace. We're going to be seeing an Imperm on the Herald. And then we're going to Raigeki us. That's going to be pretty alright. We're going to be then activating the field spell effect, as well as Alkiron can activate, being able to summon himself out if we still have it in the graveyard. It doesn't look like we do. We go Change of Heart here. And we go Fusion. Fusion sends... And we haven't touched the, we haven't activated the fusion effect yet, so we can actually go up into, I'm going to say we can actually go up into another copy of itself. We're going for the Twin Dragon instead, and they kind of revealed their hand so far. Double Imperm, Change of Hearts, and then the Raigeki. Leaving them with 2 cards left. We're going to see the Sleepy being searched because the Twin Dragon was destroyed, as well as the Gatic. And then we're going to activate the Twin Dragon effect, being able to bring back out a lower level. We can bring out the Tachnushigu because we didn't leave a Witch in the graveyard. And they do ask, what do they know? We reveal the trap that they do know. I mean, I feel like we should have searched for a Witch, summon a Witch there, which would allow us to activate its effects. But we see a Phaedra being normal summoned, and we do just destroy it with the copy of the Burst. They try to go battle phase, and in the main phase we go Sleepy. Sleepy going to summon itself, and then we're going to activate the effect Fusing to Fuse. We can fuse all 3 away for another combined creation. Then we're going to activate the effect of the Gatic as well as itself, dumping 3 cards up in the Alkiron, as well as the Goblin, and I think just any other name being the Witch. We should have left a Witch in the graveyard. It's a little bit harder now that we do only play 2. But we definitely misplayed that. We should have summoned the Witch out there, which allowed us to have a search for the Tachnushigu in the first place. We are going to be seeing the Gatic add back a Bone Party there. And then they just reveal a Chandra. And we had the Fiendsmith Mace, the Ash, and a Bone Party in the hand. And we have finally beat Tenpai. Memento has finally beat Tenpai. I'm sorry, Jason. I love you. I hate your deck. But he's been beating me almost every single week with this deck. We finally have gotten the dub with it. Regardless, who you're watching the video, let me know in the comment section down below what you guys want to be seeing any more of. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. See you next one. Stay safe. Peace.